Hi Taurus, and welcome to your bi-weekly. So I usually pre-shuffle cards so you don't have to waste your time, but I stopped because I want to show you the jumpers. And the first jumper was 3 of Wands, immediately followed with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now this is one of my karma cards, and it's saying that, you know, something can change on the drop of a coin, and it could be regarding some kind of plans that you guys are making. So let's see. Taurus, October 16th. Someone wants to talk. 2 of Pentacles. You see, you might feel stuck in the infinite flow of life. Maybe you want to break out. Maybe you kind of like want to see what else is there, but look at this whole system. You finally found this equilibrium. Finally everything is in balance, and the cat destroys all of it, and off you go. The life keeps going and jumping up and down, rebalancing. So it's going to be interesting to actually read this. Okay, Taurus, October 16th to October 31st. Taurus, October 16th to October 31st. And wow, I'm getting Taurus on the bottom of the deck. And look at how lovely card for Taurus is here. It's Hierophant. Hierophant is, yeah, Taurus, but it's about rules. It's about, okay, let's not move too fast. Yoga moves slow. Let's kind of breathe in and get in touch with who you are and what we need. Kind of like attend to our own needs. This is also talking about looking for a teacher, looking for a coach, looking for basically a system that you can follow. This is why this card represents religious teachers, it represents family, it represents our bosses, sort of like the situations where we need to be a little bit more structured, right? So it's kind of like good when this represents you to be on the bottom of a deck, because this is basically telling me you're coming to you, like into yourself, right? So let's see, Taurus, 7 of Pentacles. So it's again earthy flavor. Certain things, and I kind of love it how in this particular card, they're actually showing trees. Usually they're showing a shrub or a bush, saying, well, just part of the process is done, most likely successfully, and hence, look, you're right now getting the fruits of your labor. Now the question is, like, you're going to reassess, and I don't know, like, in which universe the grapes grow on trees, but okay, if they want to, it kind of would be cool. So I guess after all, she's a witch. But guys, you're kind of like, you built something and you will be processing and progressing with what you did. Maybe it's going to be a little bit of adjustment kind of made, okay? This is crossed with Queen of Cups, reversed nonetheless. So something emotional. Queen of Cups is also manipulator. She can start her tears when she needs something. Queen of Cups is also somebody who, you see, the Queen of Cups is generally very naive. She is like this beautiful person who loves animals, loves people, just wants to do everything best, right? And this could be like sometimes when this person gets so disillusioned, when it's kind of, I'm doing all of that, and why is this still happening? Sort of like, you see here, this is basically her throne, and somebody else is taking this throne. It kind of like would be, come on, now I need the rest, a little bit for me. So it might have a tint of that maybe you feel maybe pushed out of your balance. Remember, I think the card, the key here is balance for you. So let's see what is in the root. Whoa, this is actually lovely. Ace of Cups. You know, like, I mean, how here we have this magic. And Ace of Cups is saying the magic is in the air. Kind of like you have intention to date. Ace of Cups is this loving vibration that says, hey, you have it. This is like having ingredients to kind of like make something happen. And so regardless of whatever this is here, this is still kind of like a positive attitude, but it has to be acted upon, okay? So let's see what has what has happened in the past that is still kind of resonating in the present. It was about some kind of happiness. It was about something about going to the next level, some celebrations. Generally, whenever I see this card, my interpretation is, look, as they're showing here, magic can happen. To me, this is always about going to the next stage. You're going from, I don't know, liking somebody to inviting them on a date, from dating somebody to becoming serious, to proposal, and so on and so forth, right? So that kind of like is on your mind. You know what they say, money's on your mind? No, I know you're Taurus. It's kind of like, looks like combination of things on your mind. You want certain things to grow, but everything that I see so far are actually relationships. Let me put this closer to you so you can see it, and you guys tell me how you like these cards. Kind of like of course it's Halloween, but it's also cat motive. So what is crowning you? Six of Pentacles. Okay, we are here in Pentacles again, and this is kind of interesting card, very unusual. Here doesn't necessarily show beggars. It still shows somebody who is needy around you. I generally see this card as sometimes too many people involved and somebody might get jealous in this kind of situation, but it's also very much a pentacle card. Maybe you are guys pentacle, right? So maybe you're just trying to make sure you're being fair. Maybe you're just kind of trying to make sure that by giving, you kind of like have your own energy kind of elevated. In this card, I really like it, and the reason why it gives me super positive feelings is, first of all, look at this light. Look at this pink light that they made it. So this is obviously a gift given from a heart. So either you're going to gift somebody with something, but sort of like moderation. You're not going to just be lavish about it, but just is going to be a gift of kindness, right? It might be even a charity gift. It might be even your time that is gifted to, I don't know. And of course, I advocate for cats and animals. So maybe in a local shelter, or maybe you're going to be a foster parent. But this is certainly saying that this kind of like is going to come back to you, because this kind of gives you a feeling that, yes, you know, I'm building my own rules, I'm building my own empire, I'm kind of like building the stuff that are working for me, and it's kind of making you stronger. Ooh, I don't like this card. So before I get to this card, let's see how you feel. Hermit. Lovely. Okay. This card is lovely, and I know it's talking about everybody kind of like doesn't like to see this card. Oh, I don't want to be a hermit, I don't want to be alone. Well, first of all, some people really enjoy being alone, myself included. And I think the entire society is becoming that way in spite of this severe social media. Kind of call me, pardon me, there is no call me anymore. It used to be call me, right? But now you call somebody, you're like basically a weirdo. So this is kind of like, look, everybody please leave me alone. I need some space out. I need time out. I need time out for myself. And I think this is what I see here. There is this loving feeling, but also there is a need for you to kind of dedicate to yourself. This is not a lonely card. This is a lone card. I need my time. Give me my time, right? Very important. Now, Seven of Swords is always about some kind of sneakery, and it's something happening shortly to you in the future. It could be that you're thinking that somebody might do it to you, but check it out. The person here, it's not only grabbing 5 swords, but hey, check it out. There are 2 more. So, you know, 7s are generally spiritual. So you see, this is kind of poverty thinking. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Maybe somebody around you is endless, you know, problem. You know, sometimes they say if you keep throwing money at something, certain problems stop. But this keeps kind of going. And this is going to be sort of like, you might be outwitted. So somebody kind of like takes certain things away from you, something that is unexpected, or from somebody that you didn't expect. And this is kind of good, the advice I have given you, give. Because even if somebody takes from you, maybe some of these 2 people, somebody who maybe relies on you, somebody who wants too much, because the truth about giving and taking is this a balance. You need to learn it in life. And it's so much easier to give than to take. And this is part of software, this is part of brainwashing, and it's a beautiful thing to give, right? But we also need to take, because this is how we kind of like give this motion of life keep going. So when somebody takes away from us and we are giving, this is going to be quickly remedied, really quickly. We are not going to feel a big devastation. But if we kind of like don't have this, that yes, we can give, and somebody takes, we will feel really kind of like in jeopardy. So let's check your environment, guys. Page of Pentacles. Again, I mean, I really like that, because first of all, the Pentacles are not, first of all, it is environment, and it is you, your Taurus. It is not fast moving, it's a very young energy, but it's certainly steady energy. Page of Pentacles is talking about somebody studious, somebody who wants to study something, somebody who kind of like wants to go ahead. It can also talk about self-image and how you basically perceive yourself, or maybe you'll be dealing with other people who have the issue, or not necessarily issue, but kind of like who are very kind of physically oriented. It could be, this could be a very young person you're dealing with, but who is kind of very old, kind of like in behavior, or older person who is like very young and bubbly. It's sort of like something will be amiss, right? So let's see hopes and fears. Wow, Three of Pentacles. Again, you guys are grounding this period. Grounding. You're going to have a fly in the ointment, but oh my gosh, you're opening doors. This is a good card. This is talking about, look, it must be a team play, just like you had it here, a 3. You had it here, 3. You have lots of groups of people in spite of you needing your me time. So I think it's going to be balanced. Maybe you really need to recharge your batteries, maybe just simply to reset your hard drive, and kind of like too many kind of like things. And this is saying this might be a work thing that you kind of like want to take new courses, because that kind of like would match with this Hierophant that you got here. This is certainly talking about, okay, few of us need to get together and certain things kind of will go forward. It's kind of like really consistent base, and you have a lot of support about that. So possible trajectory, 6 of Wands. You're going to feel really happy, very accomplished, and you're going to kind of like get accolades for job well done, or you're going to feel wanted. You're going to feel kind of things work out. And I'm actually really glad to see that, because we have these two guys. So there could be emotional things. So let me just see. Let me see, what is this Queen of Cups? As far as the horoscope signs, aside from Taurus, I see Virgo. And of course I see water signs. Now like this is kind of like resolving with Ace of Cups. It's saying keep going. Keep going. It's the right time. Don't kind of like, don't go in. So maybe this is why this showed up. Look, if you need to clear anything, just find a time and clear it. It's, I don't know if you ever watch kind of these shows. I don't even remember which one. Everybody Loves Raymond. When once he left and his wife is crying and he's watching her crying, thinking she's very unhappy. Especially for us women, we sometimes need to kind of like release that emotional discharge and just get out that steam, right? Especially because we have these hormonal motions. So this is basically saying, okay, maybe this is the time to kind of like just go zen, pound the pillows, find your place in the nature, do the meditation, do something that kind of like pushes this anger out. Maybe it's going to be about this sneakery, but overall it looks like, hey, saying just keep going, just keep going. So let's see what is the 7 of Swords. I mean, but the moment when I saw the Hierophant on the bottom, I knew you're kind of like being yourself. You're coming, you're feeling clearly satisfaction about your ways. And even those small kind of things that are happening are just simply a part of your growth. So what is the 7 of Swords here for Taurus? 7 of Swords. Doesn't want to tell me the answer. 7 of Swords for Taurus. Oh my gosh. 7, oops, ooh, the Tower. So we have another 7 and Page of Wands. So I guess, guys, this tells me that even though you are moving on, there might be still some kind of residue of issues from the past. Because check it out what you got. You got the Tower. I mean, this is, excuse me, this is a 7 and this is a 7. 16, 1 and 6 is 7. And now you have a Page of Wands, and this is somebody who, again, it's a young energy, so now you have 2 pages, right? And then you have this 10 of Swords. And I love how basically 10 of Swords is like in this deck. Look, he's reaching out and somebody's trying to escape. So we don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to reach out and swipe it and have the last say? Or does it even matter? Because this is saying he's still alive, he will survive, and he's still fighting. So you're saying, you know what? Things happen to me, but I'm going to find my own zest, my own passion. And this is telling me that you might still have a residue. This could be dealing with somebody who maybe did you wrong and who will again do you wrong. And it's going to maybe be the last call for you to say, that's it. You know what? With you, I cannot deal anymore. You are off the list. Telephone, erase the phone number, no more texting, block the text, block everything. Because, you know, what they say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice? No, the other way around. Sorry. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So this is possibly what you will be kind of like debating, and looks like you will make a good decision. And that's why maybe you're going to go deep inside to kind of really figure out if you're doing the right thing. And looks like you will actually dedicate this time to yourself, and it's going to be a really good solid kind of like period for you. So let's see the answers. So ask yourself a question. I already shuffled the cards. I didn't actually even look at them. So we have a door number 1, number 2, and number 3, whichever way. So if you pick this group, let's see. You have 4 of Pentacles, so Pentacles again, well, Hierophant again, and the Magician. So there is like this kind of possibly a little bit of rigidness, kind of like pulling to your own thing, but there is like kind of also you're getting it 2 majors. Certain things will kind of like start moving, and the answer is definitely yes, in a good direction. But caveat is that there will be some rules over here, or the rules have to be established. Anything can be done within those rules. So for example, if you want a date, you have to be on the same page in order for this kind of work out. Just to kind of maybe a reunion or something is not going to work out if it's not defined how this needs to go forward. Okay, the door number 2, Temperance. So this is a lovely card. So this is just like a Hierophant, but in a different flavor. There is a moderation, and there is like this ability to kind of realize different things from different kind of sides, and kind of like realize, okay, maybe there are different solutions to the same thing. This is also telling me that there is this opening, right time, right place, right person, right circumstances. So you know what, just don't rock the boat too much, but this is really promising, and most likely if you ask yes or no question, the answer is yes. Look, you have the Hermit again. So, and this is not just for Taurus, this is for anybody. So the Hermit here is again hearing the same lesson. Just say, look, right now you just have to go inside, you have to find your own answers. And this is the coziness, you know. Alone is not lonely. Just remember this. Alone is very good. We are all bombarded with electronics, with a whole bunch of things. This is saying, no, no, just relax, take it easy, and kind of like find your answers. Right now, it is a time for you to look after yourself. So Taurus, if you're still here, subscribe. Please give me a like or dislike, whichever way it's better for you or works for you, and your comments are great and welcome. I really like how chatty sign you are. And lastly, if you want your own reading, please contact me at www.cattarot.ca. And if you want to get your daily tarot, I'm actually posting it right now on Facebook a couple of days in advance. Okay, love you, Taurus. Talk to you soon. Bye.